Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we want to get into our ops. So we're just going to talk about the top six players that I believe that, the Pittsburgh Steelers have to really pay attention to as far as with the San Diego Chargers. And these are the players that I think that, it's going to be that's going to bring a little issue to this game. But this is a game, to be honest. Um, Steelers have a great opportunity to win. The Chargers have some major problems on the offensive line, and I think the Steelers should be able to take advantage of those issues that the Chargers are dealing with right now. So starting right off is the number one op is going to be Justin Herbert. Big time quarterback, folks. Some people don't really want to put him in that top echelon of guys, but I would take him in a heartbeat. Can make every throw. Very athletic. I mean, he's not a Lamar Jackson type of runner, but he can run. He can get out the pocket. He can make plays with his leg. Fairly accurate. And to be honest, he's not really throwing to and he's throwing to some decent guys, but he don't really have that elite he really don't have that elite receiver that he's throwing to. But he's one of those quarterbacks to elevate the talent around him. As you can see right now, he's hitting 67.7% of his passes. And this is the guy that this ain't just no he ain't just dumping the ball off. He's going down the field with it. So, he's very accurate. As you can see, he got 8 interceptions. So he will give you opportunities to pick balls off because he's aggressive. He's very aggressive. So, I'm quite sure he throwing some small windows that maybe a lot of times he shouldn't. But he's gonna challenge you. So the Steelers really have to be prepared. The corners have to stick to these guys because he's gonna definitely try to push that ball down the field. I want to say he's leading the league in yardage. So, like I say, this is not a guy that's just gonna sit back and just dump the ball off. You see, he got a 97.3 quarterback rating. Not bad. All right, moving on. As we know, the Chargers had injuries or their first two backs. So, I mean, obviously Najee Harris towards Achilles. The rookie that they got, Hampton, I think he got either a high ankle sprain or something he did with his ankle. So right now, Kamari Vardell is a starting back, and not bad. I mean, to be the third back, you really can't really complain about the job that he's doing. 66 carries, 309 yards, a 4.7 average, touchdown, 9 receptions, 40 yards in the touchdown. Smaller guy, but he's stocky. The Chargers want to really run the ball, but right now, like I say, their offensive line is so banged up that I really think the run game is going to suffer a lot, and the Steelers shouldn't really have a problem, holding the run game down. And also, like I said, they should be able to get to Herbert and make sure that he's not comfortable in that pocket. And like I said, he want to hold on to the ball a little bit because he want to push the ball down the field. Out on the outside, receivers McCartney. McCartney, Key He just one of those. What is he? West. Well, he's not really even a slot. He's an outside guy, but just one of those feisty, great route runner, faster than what you think. Um, he's going to be a guy that, to be honest, the Steelers corners have trouble with these type guys. Can Porter stick with him? I don't know. I'm thinking they may put Porter on the bigger Johnson, and then also you got Keenan Allen that's working the slot, and he's having a great year also. But Conley, he leads them in receptions, 47 receptions, 524 yards, 3 touchdowns. And like I say, he's just a guy that gonna run smooth routes, great hands, and he just know how to find, especially if you run zone, know how to find the zones, know how to find the soft spots in the zones. And he's just a guy that gonna work a lot of the underneath routes to try to open up things over top for Quentin Johnson. And again, it's just like I say, it's really no special receivers that the Chargers have, and he's probably their best one. And like I say, you also got Keenan Allen that he'll be running taking care of all the underneath stuff and all the stuff out the slot. Move to the defense. Starting off with, I think, is probably their best defensive player, Derwin James. He's just just kind of like how Ramsey is. It's the Steelers. I guess you could say the Steelers chess piece. He's kind of the Chargers chess piece. Now he won't play corner. He won't be out there playing corner, but as far as play both safety positions, be down in the box to stop the run, just a great football player. Just a great football player that's gonna he's gonna he's gonna be everywhere. So you got to account for him. Big time hitter. He will, as you could say, he's one of those guys that will put his face in the fan and make plays. As you can see, 57 tackles, 1.5 sacks, interception. So he's going to be in that box. He's going to be down in that box trying to stop the run and like I say, making plays. So just a guy that the Steelers got to just be accounted for at all times and know where he's at. Daylon Hentley, linebacker, athletic guy. Kind of, I guess you could say he's more like a Patrick Queen. Not a big guy, but great speed, sideline to sideline. He's going to make plays. As you can see, 61 tackles, 3 sacks, interceptions. So a lot of his stuff is speed. He's going to run down a lot of stuff. But not a bigger guy. So if the Steelers offensive line can kind of shed off and get hands on him, you can control him a little bit. But if they can keep him clean, what the Chargers like to do, they try to keep him clean and let him do what he does best, and that's shoot the gaps. Run sideline to sideline, run down, try to run down plays and just use his speed. Great cover guy. As you can see, he has 3 interceptions as a linebacker, which is not bad. I mean, you still got half the season left. So very athletic, very, very, very athletic. And he's a guy that kind of makes his defensive front seven go. Ooh, I'm just going to call him TT. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. But linebacker out of USC, big time hitter. As you can see, 24 tackles, but he got 7 sacks. So he can get to the quarterback. He's been getting to the quarterback, well on his way of having double-digit sacks this year. again, this is the guy the offensive line got to, keep an eye on and make sure that they just see what he's doing, because he's coming after the quarterback. He's definitely coming at the quarterback, but he's good against the run also. So just a guy that Steelers will have to deal with. So I'm telling you, folks, the Chargers have a decent defense, but and you got to remember, they still got Khalil Mack. So they have a solid defense that's going to really challenge the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the corners are really nothing to write home about. DK Metcalf could definitely have a big game here, but it's just going to be a matter if our offensive line can hold up and keep these guys off of Aaron Rodgers and give Rodgers time to find DK. Like I say, these guys are kind of more on the smaller side, but they're quick, they're fast, and they're going to use their speed. And the one thing the Steelers can do, especially if they get that big package rolling, they can kind of maul these guys a little bit. But this is the game that I really, like I say, I really think the Steelers defense should really have an opportunity to eat a little bit, because the Chargers offensive line at this point is a total disaster. I mean, they just lost Joe Ott for the season. Then had some other injuries, and that offensive line is kind of put together, So with that said, that is the top 6 ops that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers need to worry about against the Chargers. And I really believe this can be a winnable game for the Steelers. They'll have the crowd, believe it or not. The crowd will be in their favor. It's probably going to be a 60-40 set. Well, I don't know, 70-30, but definitely probably a 60-40 pro Pittsburgh Steelers crowd. So with that said, that's all we have for today. We'll be talking about the matchups, and that'll be coming on Thursday. And we'll kind of go more into the matchups, and we'll give our prediction of what we think that's going to happen, who's going to win this game. So with that said, that's it for now. Take care. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.